to this video on Destiny 2. This video is called R.R.P. Eve because I am going to be making my game, or at least starting to make my game, tomorrow. Next video that I'll upload, which will be Monday, because today is my upload video day and Monday is my upload video day, you're going to see at least a bare bones concept of RRP. I'm going to try my best to upload it on my PC with no other games on it, and I don't make videos on a PC. I make videos on my console because I just prefer playing on console, and everything I play is on console because I'm a console gamer. But that does not mean I'm bad at games. Like, for an example, I understand that PC is just kind of better, but I prefer the flow and control that I have over console, or with console gaming versus PC, because of everything here and there. I can explain it in detail, but that's not the point of the video. This video, I am going to be playing the Nether activity solo, and not going to be talking because I can't play well and talk. Just going to be going through this and trying my best to speedrun through it, or not speedrun. I'm not speedrunning. I never speedrun. I play games for the fun of it and for the art that it is. I like experiencing every little nook and cranny, basically, of any game I play, which is why I play so many. If you can, okay, if you want to, and every single time I say something like this, it is generally if you want to. I do not want the publicity. When I make videos, it is not for people to like my videos, share my videos even. It's not for that. It's for the people that want to get to know me and see how I make games. Like, for an example, RRP, I don't know how to describe it without using flashy words. Like, for an example, it is going to be a Titanfall pilot movement. Not no Titans, but just the pilot movement inspired movement shooter with Destiny 2 type, with, like, okay, Destiny 2 Warframe type looting aspects. I'm not going to get into all the details because not really needed, but it is going to sell like hotcakes. I don't even know how I'm going to price it. I don't even know it's going to be free. I don't know a lot of these different things because I'm wanting to make games for the art that they are, not for the monetary value. um, which I know for a fact is going to make my game sell the hotcakes. And no time. If I actually get off the ground with what I'm wanting to do, my company, if I'm dead for 100 years and my company starts making games like Call of fucking Duty, every year a new installment, I'm gonna slap a bitch from the fucking grave. I I am sorry. Just, I'm not actually pissed at people that do that. Just, I will slap a bitch from the grave because that is horrible for everyone. Everyone involved. The only person it's decent for is the people that make the game for the money. That is not what art is. Art is not for the money. It is a way to get money. But do not make art for the money. Call of Duty is just bad nowadays in the microtransaction hell and all sorts of things. And with that, a lot of games that people say are microtransaction hells, like Destiny 2, aren't. And there are ways to make microtransactions actually really good, like Destiny 2. For an example, the season pass is $15 because of the amount of things that are added to it versus the $10 that most season passes are. You get an entire installment of the story, you get all sorts of things. It's basically a miniature expansion with 3 acts that allow you to do everything you want to do across the, or not everything you want to do, basically everything you want to do. It gives you exotics, exotic ciphers, all sorts of things that you want to do and use. Only for $15, which is a steal because it's basically a guaranteed track to get everything you want to. And when you buy things like, for an example, this is one of the bad or bad not expansions, purchasables, because all it is an emote. But if you buy something like a armor set, you're buying these individual pieces that you can put on any cosmetic set, like you can see there. And you can then shade that piece to have any shade, which the shaders themselves change every little thing. And people don't talk about that, which is why the 15-ish bucks, because 1,000 is basically 10, so 15-ish bucks to buy that. You're not buying a armor set, you're buying 100 minimum armor sets because of what you can actually do with each individual piece. And the reason why I'm talking about all of that is because that itself is what I'm wanting to bring. Like, face value. The only bit I'm going to talk about, because I'm talking about cosmetics, the thing I'm talking about for RRP is the cosmetic setup, the cosmetic system. Because I'm wanting maximum exploration, and you They give you a reason to explore and go where you want to and do what you want to, is to give you more cosmetic pieces. And sorry about that saliva in my mouth. I don't have the typical YouTube setup because, like I said, I'm editing on PS5. I don't have a lot of different things. I'm from a poor household and all sorts of different things. I'm just telling you, so I'm sorry about all this. At some point, this will all be better. But the cosmetic system will be first unlocked indefinitely. Okay, think about best way to picture it. If you remember the old Call of Duty emblem creators from like Black Ops 2, that golden age of emblems, and I don't mean even the ones that are even kind of racist and just bad, they're actually pretty good art in and of themselves. Not gonna lie, the layering, the overall things that they had to do to make it is genuinely pretty impressive. But imagine that system of being able to put a object on a thing and color it and layer and do all these different things. But imagine it was textures. It was different geometries. Like for an example, the ears here. That corner piece being a piece you can put anywhere, even on your shoulders, even on your face, but having multiple layers of it, different colors, to like to look like you have like a spiky feather on your shoulder, where it's like multiple spikes at a long distance to give you a different look. That general thing is what I'm wanting to do for the cosmetics, because what I'm wanting to do with my game is revolutionize gaming itself. Like for an example, in Destiny 2. And if you have any questions with anything I'm saying, please do comment down below if you need to. And every single time I say something like please comment or look at a different video, it's literally if you want to. It is never for my own publicity, for anything like that. Everything I do is for you. Literally, everything I will do is for you. Even games. Like, I don't know how to price my game. I don't know anything about that because I'm going to price it for you, the consumer, and for me because I'm going to want to get people to play it. And I myself am going to play it. I'm making art, not money. Um, but the entire game is exploration and fun. And even with the weapons themselves, I'm not going to get into that. I'll cover that in the next episode or next video because of how I'm wanting to do this. And I hope that I have at least something to show off because I know I'm going to go with basic geometry and how I'm wanting the basic movement to move or the basic movement to work and that general thing. And going off of how I'm wanting to change games fundamentally, Destiny 2 talked about previously in a tweet. Destiny 2 as in the franchise, Bungie, all them, talked about having a change to aim assist where it's on one single target and no enemy can just take it from you because it's basically a debuff. I talked about that years before they implemented it. I believe a year before they implemented it. Don't know if it was years, but a year before they implemented it because of how beneficial that is. It is basically just a debuff that makes it where the big bitch you're trying to shoot doesn't have a trail run in front of it to make it where you die by the big bitch you're trying to kill. It's a genuinely amazing change, and I'm not trying to take credit for that, mind you. I'm just saying there is things that I'm wanting to do that is the future of gaming. So please, if you are at all in this far in the video, please keep your ear out. Don't even subscribe, but keep your ear out and eyes out for what I am going to be making because I want other games to see what I do and not panic and copy. Panic possibly if they do panic, but I don't even want the panic, mind you. I don't want panic. I do not want the games to just start fighting over one another. That's not what games are. They're all individual art pieces. But I would like to have game pieces that other games want to copy. Like that is my goal, is to have things that other games want to copy, and I'll just give them the codes. I will help them directly if they want to like take my or Bungie's in this case aim assist. I have not made it yet. I'm going to make it at some point, but that general thing of how it can flow. Like I'm wanting to make games. I'm wanting to do the gaming revolution basically how the scientific revolution, the industrial revolution, all these different things just boomed those different fields. I want to be on the cusp, the starting point, the ignition point for the gaming revolution. Because like this game has so many little nuances. Like this is a good build. If you go by meta and god rolls, this is not a good build. This is not anything good. But because no one knows how to play this game properly, and I do mean properly. There is ways to play this game however you want to, but people typically go by maximum damage, and that maximum damage is best damage. When you don't necessarily need that. There's all sorts of things you can do and things you might want to do if you know how the game actually functions. You're going to see in the gameplay what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get into nitty gritties about that, or nitty gritties. Um, Sorry, completely lost my train of thought. I'm editing on PS5, so my videos are always kind of bad. Whenever I can edit on PS5, this pause will never be there because I can easily have more overlays of my audio. But as it stands, I actually can't. Uh, when I load in, I'm just gonna shut up. But I don't think there's anything else I actually want to say. Everything here flows together. I'm just going to scroll over things. And for an example of how meta doesn't exist, people think auto-loading holster or holsters and different things like that are PvP mods. They're not. That's important. Both of those, the loader and the dex, are important for this build. And you'll see why, including everything else you see. It is incredibly handy for how it functions, even to this stuff. Everything here is important for how this overall flows. Everything, every single piece, including strafe lift, because of how it works on the arc of your jump. With all that said, I hope you're going to enjoy the video.
You have returned to my throne.
And I am also playing on, or playing with the DualSense Edge wireless controller, which is why right there I had a weird jank, basically, because I had to tactically swap my buttons. Best way to put it. Look it up if you want to understand it, and there's a reason why I have that as my, as one of my descriptor things because of what it actually is. And I also can't play well and talk well, so that's why I'm going to shut up. Just wanted to talk about that little bit of awkwardness. Also, I forget what it's called. Dynamic stray reduction doesn't actually work on trace rifles anymore, and I don't know why, or at least this one. Because I had it, but it didn't proc there, and it should have. A cool thing about the Varodiad, the lower the magazine is, the faster it reloads. And do not be afraid to just tap the trigger, because you can easily do some very good damage and get the panic response charge pretty fast. Also, with panic response, when it is in a bar, you're able to use that bar. Like, for an example, at the max charge, all you need is in the bar and reload, even if it is almost going to empty. And you'll still have that shot. And with balancing and just overall what is good and what isn't, the Barrow Dyad has two different modes, which are equipped by using a different taken essence basically at the seasonal stuff. And that different taken essence you have to find. It is not. What? Uh. Okay then. Uh. As I was saying, that taken essence you still have to find and go from there. It is not just a slap on and go. It is a cool thing, but it itself actually changes the fundamentals about that perk. The hitting three different targets generates a large amount of black. It is the exact inverse. Instead of add clear, it is single target annihilation. That single target annihilation is not what I'm wanting, which is why I'm wanting to stay with this. And I'm also wanting to get the exotic catalyst stuff, which I had to level up this specific tier, which when you equip the different taken essence, it actually makes the gun itself different, and you actually basically get a different reward track, completely and utterly. Now, basically, you do get a completely different reward track. Really? Why can't I? Okay. I want to go out that hole. I forgot to equip this bad boy. This bad boy actually has this, which will come in real handy. But what is the one I just got? Ooh! Oh, that's beautiful. It actually works here. I was not expecting it to. Hell yeah! That means there's a chest up here. Oh, hell yeah! And that right there is where mods come in real handy. And that general concept I'm actually going to be bringing to R.R.P, but not in the same general format. When you copy and paste, you kind of don't make a good game. And I mean just copy and paste. Because this game, Destiny 2, has a lot of anime references and a lot of different things that could be considered copy and paste, but really aren't. Like Chaos Reach, for an example, is just the Kamehameha. If you think otherwise, it's really not. It's just the Kamehameha. Oh, I thought I should actually be able to see those. I don't want to do any of that. Also, the passive reload will not make it 35. It will only ever go to 34. So you'll always actually be able to reload the weapon, which in of itself is just gorgeous. And don't be afraid to use your melee abilities as a Titan as movement tools. And that general concept is what I'm going to be bringing to R.R.P. and also different concepts from every single game you basically played, or I played, into R.R.P. and every single game I ever make. Not just R.R.P., because of how these general things flow. Like being able to punch to allow you to go places is genuinely a really fun and intriguing combo because of the overall movement you're able to do and all sorts of things. Like what it brings to the table, not the table itself, if that makes any sense. How does one get in there? What? This reminds me of, what's it called? The thing with Ager's Scepter. Is there just something I can shoot later? Okay, I am really intrigued, even though I don't know how that's gonna work. And I did say I was going to shut up, but that isn't really a good video. So I'm trying my best to make it kind of entertaining and showing off what I'm thinking. Even though I can't talk and play well. I'm not going to try and do both. Where did Tolan go? Should have followed his puff. There he is. And this gun actually gives you a reason to do the reload animation cancels, like with the different melees. That's actually really cool. And this is where punching is kind of weird, but it's actually just kind of the best thing to do. A quality of life change that would be amazing for Destiny 2 is the ability to have prioritizing like pickups. Like for an example, trying to pick up a Tingle or a Diamond Lands, prioritizing basically. Where you could say I want to pick up a Diamond Lands over anything else or a Tingle over anything else. Something like that would be very handy. Where is the last glob? Uh, did this just break? Ah, there it is. Cool. I assumed it just broke, not because Destiny 2 breaks, but because my games break all the time. So, it's not Destiny 2 is a broken game, it's I break games by playing them. Which, to be honest, if I didn't do that, it wouldn't be as fun.
Spreads to the hive spawn. Remove the infection and destroy its caretaker.
And right there it shows off how you can actually bounce off of things to intentionally go somewhere else. Which can be used in PvP or PvE depending on the altercation and what you're fighting in. Map geometry also. Right there, I was intentionally actually using the boss's knockback mechanics, like the stomp and the eye shots themselves, to allow me to move. Angry bees, go! Hell yeah, I leveled up, so I got a full heal. That was awesome. How I like keeping my inventory is I like having a ready to go level up basically for anything I'm wanting to use. Because I like just having fun with my builds and everything like that and not necessarily trying to play high end. Which is where power level really comes in handy. I don't know what those dudes are for, and I only think there's 3 here, but I like killing them because it's like trying to. How do I put this? It's like exercising somebody that you know is already dead. Exercising as in like taking out a demon. Because it's just good for the body to not have that there. Kind of thing. That isn't the demon in the exercise case. I did intentionally pop that to have a little bit more movement. By a little bit, I mean a lot of it. The reason why I popped it is because my abilities just come back so fast if I do everything right.
Life of my slain. You walk these halls as heir presumptive. Answer. This is what they are. There is nothing else they can become. The ruthless will drag them down to die, unless they become so. Unless they become free.
And that right there is what I was talking about. If I could pick up the diamond lens like I wanted to, I would be running around and go for the freeze there instead of the explosion. And I wanted to go for the diamond lens. Because of the key thing the diamond lens can do that the tingle can't. A down button. Oh, I think I'm full on the metals. I am? Cool. Sizzle jars. Sis, sigil charge. Shard them. You know what? I said it close enough. Does anyone know what that's for? That's a genuine question because I don't actually know what the explosive dude is for. I knew it was the explosive dude when I ran around there, but I don't know what he does. Besides explode and respawn. And all the movement you're seeing is why Titan is the movement character. Hunter can't do half of this shit. Warlock can't do half of this shit. But what they do got, the reason why people say they're the movement characters, is because they can... How to put this? They can do janky things like tap strafing from not Overwatch, Apex Legends, where, sure, it's a thing you can do, but is it meant to really happen? Which, in Warlock's and Hunter's case, it is the Shatter or, Well, I think there's another version besides Well. I think the Dash Skating. Yeah, Dash Skating. There we go. I personally will never try and figure out how to do those because they are just not fun to do. It's literally just obviously a breaking the game situation. Which, personally, I would describe as exploits. And if those things ever happen in my games, I'm actually going to get rid of them. Because they're not fun for those that can't do them. Like, they're actually really hard to do for controller. Any of those type of strafes, or not strafes, the, skates. They're actually really hard to do for controller. Which is why I'm just not gonna have things like that. And tap strafing and all sorts of different things. Which people bitch about that they need to keep because of blah, 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 when they really don't need to keep them. They're really just kind of a crutch that people rely on, when this itself is enough movement. This is kind of how it's designed to be used. gaps like this for an example, because you're able to just easily jump and use eager. You don't need to shatter skate ever. You don't need to well skate ever. Those things are just crutches that people want to use.
Boreas, my brother and king, I have studied the wounds caused by the worm, our god. Also, I have studied the manner of your death and return. These two things are the same, for they are predicated on death and the passage through cut spaces. Let us practice the sword logic until we are sharp. We may then cut our own wounds and step through. Sister, I'm already sharp. Look, my sword cuts into another space.
That's okay. I'm sorry. That was them talking about Throne Worlds. That was Zebu talking to her sister saying, "Look at this, sis. I have another dimension." That is gorgeous. I want a sitcom, like a what if style type of why is this happening sitcom with all the hive gods working together, the family themselves. Cause that just sounds fucking funny. Oh! I did not know that was there! I am enjoying this ghost mod setup. Hell yeah! I actually walked or jumped over this way for this dude. How's it going, Toland? I don't even know if that is Toland. Is that Toland? I think it is. I always think the friendly puffs of Taken are Toland. Because the only friendly Taken is Toland. Thank you, Toland. Damn! Now, do I have classy restoration? One sec. I just need classy restoration and then I'm immortal in this go. Damn. Uh, If you don't know, this is basically a roguelike. This entire mode is absolutely amazing and introduces things that this game really kind of desperately needed. There was no true like roguelike experience, like a keep going, keep improving type of game mode. Kind of like zombies, that general thing. There hasn't been that. There was that previously with Gambit Prime, kind of, but there hasn't been one of those in a very, very long time. This really scratches an itch I haven't been able to scratch in Destiny 2 for a very long time. And itch, as in like everyone has the desire to play a specific game they really like because of what this specific game can actually do. Um, my personal like all-time favorite game type is the zombies type, where it's like go in, kill shit, but like Black Ops 2 or Cold War. Black Ops 2 primarily, but Cold War as well. Those two are the best, and Black Ops 1 and 2 are in the Black Ops 2. They're kind of the best in when it comes to just boot up and go. Cold War is the best when it comes to more roguelike elements where it's boot up and go and then get better and better loot. Like you can take it to the beginning area, like that general like make your shit better and better and better and better over the course of constant goes. That is where Cold War is very good. But I really have not had a game mode like this in Destiny 2 for a very, very long time, and it's really fun. Ah, it's those chests. Okay. I actually floated up like that on purpose to an extent. I tried to get up there, but all I was trying to do was see what it is, so that worked. And that's the thing about Titan movement and Titan gameplay. Work with where you are, not where you want to be. You're not a hunter where you're trying to get from one point to another to get a good vantage point. You're not a warlock where you need a good place to put your puddle. You are the wall. Get where you can go, not where you need to. Because walls go where they can go, not necessarily where they need to. If you're talking about like big forts and stuff, which is what I was talking about. Houses and stuff have a good like this is where this wall goes and just good general game plan, but fortresses have like a working around with the environment as well because you're trying to use the like moats that you're wanting to make, the tree coverage, whatever around you, and make stuff like the moat for what you're wanting to do, giving you overall control where you are, kind of thing. If y'all didn't know, the axe is actually a really, really, really good movement tool. I don't like this blocking. Shit. This game is made for 3 players, which is why you can't really do everything you would want to do. And I'm not saying that like I did anything bad, just I couldn't do everything there. Which is why you have multiple items. If you don't know, what I'm doing is stopping him from heal. No! Whew! From healing. Because when they get up there, he heals a little bit more. Or technically, she... I bet it's more of a they, because I don't think the... not Traveler. The Witness really cares about gender or reproduction itself, because of different things the Witness is shown to do. So I don't think it really cares about male or female. I think they're more they because of the necessity that really is when it comes to warfare. Not having male or female means you don't have like the bits to get hit. Like you don't have nuts if you're male. You don't have all those different things. So it's actually kind of beneficial to just be a they. Really? You know what? That works. None of those are really what I'm wanting, and none of those are stuff I really get, which is why I said really. None of those are bad, all of them are really good, just none of those are things I want. And that right there showed off how you can bounce off walls in different ways. I knew I was going to bounce, hopefully, on the platform and not land in the void, but if I could, I knew I would have to jump again, because momentum, and bounce off the wall. Like you just saw there. To clarify the reason why I'm showing off all this and why I'm talking about all this is because this is gaming to me. The little things that you can use to massive advantages. Because
Knight of the deep, you defy your king.
cool. I didn't want to talk over them, but I don't mind just reading ish. Uh Strafe Lift only has that little bit of text, even though everything I am doing with movement is this.
Yet here you are.
How I'm able to bounce around and just do everything I'm wanting to do. The melee is just to help me with the Strafe Lift, including the sword. It gives me more distance, but if you notice, I'm still using Strafe Lift in between each eager, in between each melee. Strafe Lift is the movement tool. Ah, I went backwards. Shit. Don't know how I got turned around so fast. Like, genuinely, I don't know how I did that. And that absolute swish movement there was because I know the exact distance my sword can go and my melees can go. Sometimes I overestimate or underestimate, but most of the time, I'm pretty good at knowing exactly where things can go. And that is literally just from feeling it out. I do not look at actual, like, how much damage this does and just, like, flow charge, that general thing. I don't look at that stuff. I just play and enjoy it. And not focusing on stat charts and seeing what's biggest, what's smallest, damage values, all sorts of things, allow me to genuinely just have more fun and know with more shadow or more definitively what is good and what isn't good, because there are so many different things that are good and bad depending on what exactly is going on. Like, there is no such thing as metas, there's no such thing as god rules for all sorts of different reasons. And this is one of the different things that you kind of... Ooh. You kind of need a teammate to do. Or to help you with. Because boys are going to spawn that really, really want to murder you. Oh, shit! I just checked how long this video's been. Oh, it's almost been an hour. You know what? I have a good build. I'm just gonna try and speedrun this. I'm gonna try and complete it. I was gonna go up there and get some good loot and stuff because there is places you can go up there. But I'm not going to. Fuck you, Thrail. Fuck you, Thrail. Fuck you, Thrail. Nope. Do not touch my glowy butt. I do not consent. I shall flap away like a weird flaming chicken turkey thing. Huh. And then that was not a laugh, that was a huh. Just to clarify, that's kind of sound like a laugh. Ah. Fuck all of you. How did I not hit a single person? That was impressive. Something kind of cool about the axe that I tried to say earlier, I don't think I actually finished it, is you can use this for a very good movement tool. You basically have a low-tier eager edge for 6 swings and a limited time. So it's actually really good for just that alone. And the reason why I said I'm going to speedrun this area is because I could only have a video that takes up 60 minutes. It's one of the many downsides of editing on PS5. And it's one of the many downsides, but editing on PS5 is a blessing because I can play games, enjoy what I'm doing, and just have fun. It itself is very messy, very just kind of janky here and there, but it's really fun. And excuse me, I had to burp there, but the bubble was not coming out. So I was trying to keep speaking to make it where it would. Full spectrum. That one sounds cool. Oh! Oh, that is gorgeous! Okay. I'm intrigued. Okay, this is a genuine question, like a previous question in this video. For anyone that's watching this. Okay, if you have, say, a teammate using the CQB or the CQC, I personally prefer CQB instead of CQC, but CQB, to have those spawning, you could have that for those spawning, and that for those spawning. Will each person have higher chance for each one to spawn? Like, will it all benefit each other? Like, how does that work? I don't play games with people, because people don't really like how nerdy I am and how dumb I am at the same time. To an extent. Like, I have said a lot of times, hold my beer, basically, of I'm gonna try this. It might work, it might not, but I am going to try. Like, for one example, the big boss at the very end of Warlord's Run. I tried to use the Strand Super on it, which I know how it works in there, I know how to work it, but I did not know that there was an invisible wall right in front of it. So, I tried to jump at it, hit a couple times, and bounce back. I completely failed because there's an invisible wall. But if I could go at it, fly at it, hit it twice, turn, and swing back towards the platform, it would have worked. But I didn't even get the first swing off. Excuse me? Ooh, that's the power of those mods! Holy shit! Okay, JoJo mode, I don't like you. I say JoJo mode because whenever a Tormentor whenever Tormentor starts glowing, I like thinking of it like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure whenever they pull out their stand. They basically flex so hard, they start glowing. And I actually heard that dude jumping, which is why I dashed away. And I heard where he was exactly because the power of headset. Just to clarify, because everything you're seeing is on purpose, basically. Just about. That was the third location, right? I should get a big thing of loot. Cool, it was. Just waiting on it to load. Hell yeah.
The halls of my dreadnought are filled with the gleeful exploration of knives. They descend as I descended, carving their names into the deep, where dead worms speak sharp truths. Let us discover that end together, then.
How not how. What level do I have to be to get this? And this is the last thing I'm gonna do. Hopefully, I can show this off. Um, Everything I just did was to level up the seasonal stuff to allow me to get the next tier of upgrades because I have to get a specific thing that you're going to see, which is that I have to level up this specific tier, and I believe I actually have it now. If I do, I'm actually gonna make another video on this specifically. Because this catalyst shit is just amazing. Like, I am looking forward to Frontiers in this game because of this type of stuff, because of what they're introducing and how they're doing things, and they, as in Bungie, because holy shit, they're keeping Frontiers close to their chest. Yeah, or I was gonna say, yeah, this ain't gonna work. I might. I have a minute left. And that's a taken ball that if you swap it to Ambition, you're able to do the different attacks with the Barodiad, which itself is actually pros and cons on how you actually want to use it. Shit. It's 12 and not 10. With all that said, shown and done, and I do actually want to show this off real quick. Here's that. With all this said, shown and done, I hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will catch y'all in the next one.